doesn't love watching the death of some of their beloved childhood franchises? Let's do this, Four Loco. Alright, guys, gals, and everything in between, I'm here today to review for you No Time to Die. So, No Time to Die is Daniel Craig's final outing as James Bond. It's directed by Cary Fukunaga, I want to say his name was, who did True Detective. And I was very excited for another James Bond movie. I've been a Bond fan for most of my life. I remember seeing Bond in theaters for the first time, and it just blew my mind. It was the Pierce Brosnan era, and then I played the games with my friends. We all wanted to be James Bond. And now, No Time to Die, there is a virus that is about to wipe out most of the planet, and it's tied to Bond's past and his love's past. And he's got to come out of retirement and be James Bond again. Kind of. This movie, how do I say it without get? I'm gonna get some really upset. How do I word it? What's that term of people who notoriously ruin everything? Democrats. Okay, so Phoebe Waller-Bridge decided to put her little spin on this James Bond movie, and yeah, she basically made one of the worst Bond films, if not the worst Bond film in existence, purely because of creative decisions. Now, that being said, there weren't moments I didn't love in this movie. There was a scene in the fog in the woods with cars that was incredible. It was jaw-dropping, even. There was a motorcycle chase scene, which was neat in the beginning. The opening credits scene sucked shit through a tube, but that's because Billie Eilish was, singing. I'm relentless today. Wow, thank you. I mean, I guess it's this loco and a mix of watching my childhood die that it's just I'm on a roll, motherfuckers. Demonetized. Well, I've always been demonetized, but algorithm's gonna try and hide me. This movie is essentially a giant apology tour for James Bond and his existence. It is an absolute disgrace that this is Daniel Craig's last film. I've always been critical of Daniel Craig. I've said that he's not the best, but he's definitely not the worst. But Casino Royale is one of the best, not only James Bond movies, but best movies ever made. You started at that, and then you went to this. That's just a shame. Like, it really is. I'm sorry, Daniel Craig. If you signed off on this, then you also deserve to eat shit. But if you were just like, I'm contractually obliged, then I'm sorry. You deserve better. The film is just mostly uninteresting. It's like, oh, we have a doomsday scenario and all of that cool stuff. I know I'm not my usual self on this one, but it's like, I don't know, this one hits differently. It strikes a chord. I grew up on James Bond. When I saw James Bond for the first time as a kid, it blew my mind. I mean, as they always say, the guys want to be him, the women want to sleep with him, or whatever you want to call it. James Bond was something special to me where I was like, actually, there was a time that I joked, or not even joked, I said it for serious when I was a kid, that I wouldn't mind being a secret agent because I could be like James Bond. And I actually, in the, I want to say 6th grade, I wanted to be a filmmaker by day and secret agent by night. I know that doesn't work in reality, but I was a kid and I had dreams. But James Bond made me want to be like James Bond, where he was cool, he was suave, everybody liked him. And this film just kind of says, F you to all of that. And the people who are saying this movie is great, I have a feeling they're of the more, how would I put it, liberal persuasion in terms of the radical left, where they want to make everything woke. And that's not how I feel James Bond should be, But, like, as I said, as a kid, I was just sitting there watching this ultimate badass. And if I was in a situation where I wanted myself to get out of it, I was like, well, how would James Bond handle this? Like, he was a role model to look up to. And you kind of fucked that here. And you said, well, that's a joke and that's stupid. And I very much am upset at that. And I actually took time to cool down because I was enraged by the time the credits rolled. Um, this is not a James Bond movie at all. It is essentially an apology tour for the fact that James Bond exists, and then they say, well, but here's how you should like James Bond. And that's bad. There were still great action scenes. I mean, there's a stairwell scene, jaw-droppingly good. I mean, holy crap. It's towards the end of the film. It's like the last 20 minutes, and you're like, wow, this is just awe-inspiring. It's so good. That scene, wow. If only it was not in this movie. But it is. A part of my childhood died watching this movie. That's the only way to put it. I was going to angrily rant and yell at the camera, but in all reality, I'm more giving the disappointed dad lecture. A part of my childhood died with this movie. James Bond has always been an escape for me, something to say, wow, like, it's just every guy's weird dream. We all know he's fiction. You don't have to try and make him woke or whatever you want to call it. He's an escape, and you took that. You took it. And this film, unless they royally change things, which I imagine they will, so I probably will be fine in a few years, hopefully. But as of right now, you took that, and you said, you rubbed a dream and a fantasy in the dirt for people who loved it. And that's just disrespectful. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And it makes me not like the entire movie. And that's sad because there's really fantastically shot scenes. Also, Lashana Lynch, fuck yourself. I fucking hate your character in this movie. I'm not even going to give you the time of day to say your character's name. Fuck you. Fuck everything with Lashana Lynch. She's a boring, uninteresting character. She's there. She's like, I'm the ultimate badass and awesome, and I'm better than James Bond. Before I put a bullet in your knee. Yeah, she's just one note. She's this character that's there to say she's better than James Bond in every way. No. Stop. Stop. This is James Bond's movie. Stop. I get it. Phoebe Waller-Bridge, whom is awful and should never work in this business, wrote the script or rewrote it. Whatever. I don't give a shit anymore. She was the brains behind all this. And, fuck you too, Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Go make your own icons. Instead, she's gonna try and destroy it. I won't spoil the thing that made me most mad. Because I won't disrespect people who are just curious. But the thing that was really the most angering is just, how dare you? How dare you have the ego to say, I can put this in my Bond, essentially rewrite, because she, more or less from what I know, rewrote it, but in my Bond film. How dare you? Like, you disrespected the entirety of James Bond. And that's just terrible. I will tell everybody, don't go watch this movie. Just don't. It's a sad time we live in. Like, it really is. And these people are the reason. We don't have escapism anymore. And people like this are the reason. So, I will say, No Time to Die is garbage. And I'm not even going to do my usual blah blah thing for now. Because this is just... They ruin everything. They ruin it. And they ruined this, and I hate this movie. I hate that it exists, and the concepts it puts forward. Just saying. Like, no. No. Alright, guys, gals, and everything in between. Did you see No Time to Die? Are you somebody who's so desperate to cling on to Casino Royale that you're going to call this good because Daniel Craig's in it? Don't forget to like and subscribe. I've got plenty more videos coming to ya. Hit that bell notification because it's what the hip kids are doing until Phoebe Waller-Bridge fucks it up and turns it into wokeism hour. Love you guys.